Hey guys, it's Jen from Online Fabric Store. Today I'm going to make a men's tie by deconstructing an old tie to use as my pattern. So let's get started. The materials you'll need are 1 yard of lining. I'm using black crepe back satin fabric. 1 yard of fabric. I'm using plum matte satin fabric. A ½ yard of interfacing. An old tie. Thread. Scissors. A hand sewing needle. Ballpoint pins. A seam ripper, a ruler, and an iron. I'm going to take apart an old tie with a seam ripper and use it as my pattern. This tie has 3 pieces for the outside, 2 pieces of interfacing, 2 pieces for the lining, and 1 piece for the back loop. Take these pieces and pin them to the fabrics. Make sure to pin the outside and lining pieces on the bias of the fabric. Cut out all the pieces and remove the pins. With the right sides facing each other, line up one edge of the middle piece to one edge of the bottom piece so that it's perpendicular. When unfolded, it will create a continuous piece. Pin and stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Repeat this step to attach the middle piece to the top piece. Iron the seams open. Fold over a ½ inch and iron along the sides except for one of the longer sides. For the points at the top and bottom, pinch the fabric in and iron so that it forms a straight line. Starting at the bottom, fold the unfolded side to just past the middle and iron. Fold the other side into the middle so that it overlaps the opposite side by a 1/4 inch and iron. Open the unfolded side. Fold over the edge about a 1/4 inch and iron a few inches up. Pin the right side of the lining to the right side of the tie, starting at one side, and stop at the top point. Stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now pin from the other end to the top point and stitch. Turn to the right side and poke out the corners. Iron to flatten the edges. Fold the ends into the middle and iron again. Repeat these steps to attach the top lining piece to the top of the tie. Overlap the diagonal ends of the interfacing and stitch together. Now insert the interfacing into the tie and under the lining. Pin the sides together with the folded side overlapping. Starting at one end, loosely hand stitch along the seam to the other end. Take the loop piece and iron the shorter ends in 1/4 inch. Fold over the longer sides a little over 1/4 inch and iron. Fold in half lengthwise and iron again. Overlap the ends about 1/2 inch and stitch together. Place the loop about 6 inches up from the bottom of the back of the tie. Tack the ends down on the back of the tie. Make sure you're not sewing through to the front. Iron the loop flat and the tie is complete. It's best to use smooth fabrics like satin, charmeuse, and silk that have a little bit of a sheen to it for a formal look. Thanks for watching this OFS project.